Groom. He's a labor lawyer and partner at Macmillan LLP. No relation, I should add. Good morning. Good to see you today. So talk to us about the role of this special mediator leading the negotiations. What does that mean?
So Peter Simpson is the Director General right now, the head of all of mediation and conciliation services for the federal Minister of Labor. He's got a lot of experience. Well-respected individual. He's actually used to be himself a union president, a union negotiator on behalf of faculty associations. Then he was in an assistant deputy minister in the Ontario government before moving up to where he is now. If there's anybody who can get a deal between these parties, it'll be him. Unfortunately, though, he is only a conciliator. As a mediator, he can only try and bring them to agreement. He can't force them to agree to anything.
With the two sides so very far apart, it seems, how long do you think it will be before an agreement could be reached? I mean, where do you even begin?
That's a great question. I mean, and when they were on strike in 2018, it continued on for 5 weeks before the government intervened and ordered them back to work, and actually in late November of 2018. Here we have a strike that started right around the same time, and the parties really are so far apart. We have a union that is seeking 22% over 4 years, which is far above inflation in terms of wage increases. They want to see greater improvements in which is already a fairly generous benefit plan. They want to see more job security, which means less use of part-time employees. And they want to see Canada Post stop taking measures that they have been taking to try and make their operations more efficient, because it makes for tougher work and longer work hours for some shifts. On the other side, you have Canada Post, whose entire offer has been, here's 11.5% over 4 years, which is about a little over inflation. But pretty much that's it. Everything else, we're not going to touch anything. We're not going to ask you for any concessions. And oh, by the way, for all the new people that we're going to hire, we want to offer them either lesser hours, lesser job security, and we want to eliminate mandatory double time or overtime payments on Saturday and Sunday work. So there's a very, very vast gap between the two parties.
Yeah, Canada Post says they're not in a position to pay workers anymore. Is the union out of touch? Canada Post has said many times the struggles that they are facing in the current environment.
Well, I think, frankly, that the union itself is arguing from a historically with position where they feel that they've been strong. They feel that they've been able to push the envelope on a lot of things. And I think we're now getting to a time and an economic point where they've pushed a little too hard and too far. And they have to face the fact that they're not going to have as much control over shift assignments or duty assignments, that they're going to have to accept that in order to stay relevant and competitive in the 21st century, people are going to have to work on the weekends, and it's not going to automatically incur double time. Like, those are some serious expenses that really you just don't see anywhere else in the logistics market.
All right, well, we'll see where the talks go today. Patrick Groom, thanks so much. Patrick's a labor lawyer and partner at Macmillan LLP. Prime Minister Trudeau